Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to our MACAE series on member profiles. We're so excited at the Michigan Adult Community and Alternative Education Association to be spending the next few minutes profiling one of our great members, Joel Render from the Livingston ESA. So, Joel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great. So, Joel, we started this series to really highlight the work that individual members are doing, and we thought that it would be important to start with the board of directors and to look at each of our six regional representatives. And those six regional representatives represent a geographic area. You represent a large portion of Southeast Michigan. So we'll take the next few minutes just to kind of learn about you, get to know you, your story a little bit, and share obviously your contact information so that the members in that area have access to it and can learn about you. But I wondered on this Tuesday morning as we're taping, if you could start from the very beginning, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in this wonderful field of adult, alternative, and community education.
Yes, of course. And thanks for having me. I began teaching in alternative ed about 12 years ago when I joined the new Livingston Way program, which is an alternative education high school option for students in Livingston County. So 4 years later, I went from half-time doing that to doing full-time as also our first teacher for the Livingston Adult Ed program. Now I teach and evaluate social studies, math, and SAT prep for middle and high school students, and handle all of the technological and logistical needs of the Livingston Way program. And then for the adult education, I now teach ABE math, and then high school equivalency and high school completion social studies and math. And then I also do all of the data management and reporting as well.
So a little bit of everything, to say the least.
Yes.
That's great. No, that's wonderful to hear all of those things. So in your beginnings of your career, did you have any inkling that you might come into this field? Many people, as we talk and we share with each other about our pathway, it's been unconventional, I would say. And many of us that started out in our educational career didn't know maybe that these programs were even, a possibility for a career. Talk up a little bit about that. How did you kind of come into that space?
So this wasn't actually even my first planned career. I was going to be a lawyer actually, and I
Oh,
changed my
wow.
mind. So then I have a history of teachers in my family. So that's I decided to go in that direction instead. While I was teaching in a regular high school, I started doing the work for the Way program as a mentor along on the side, and I uh, enjoyed it a lot, and I enjoyed working with this particular population. And then when the opportunity to work with adults came along, I just said, sure, I'll do that as well.
That's great. That's fantastic. It's amazing to hear how people kind of find themselves in this line of work. So you talked a little bit about the current role that you have and what you're doing, short of doing everything. It sounds like you do a little bit of everything, which I hope our audience and people will resonate with a little bit. But talk a little bit about Livingston ESA. Where is it at in terms of the programming that you offer, especially as we come out of the pandemic? Kind of what's ahead for the program, and talk a little
Right.
about your
So
students.
Livingston ESA in general, it's the ISD for Livingston County, except it's not the ISD. We provide services to the districts, but we don't necessarily oversee them in a lot of regards. We have the department that we're currently in is the Career Development Department, which has the WADE program and adult ed, along with our career services and our early middle college program and our CTE programs, but Livingston ESA also handles all of the early childhood and Great Start readiness programs throughout the county, and much of the special ed, particularly those with more severe disabilities, are also serviced by the Livingston ESA as well.
And you're right there at the ESA kind of central office there.
We are,
Um,
yes.
that's a great location to be there to serve the wider area. And so, do you primarily serve just Livingston County, or where does your population draw from?
So yes, it is largely, in terms of the WAY program, we can really only take adult alternative education students from Livingston County because we're not a separate school, we're a program, and so we rely on the districts in our county to send us students.
Yeah,
For adult ed, we focus primarily on Livingston, but occasionally we will have some students from the neighboring counties, only because our program has a lot of flexibility in terms of when and how students can participate.
and it's great that you offer that flexibility. And I think that, I don't know what your thoughts are, but it seems to me like you probably have that good, solid relationship then with many of the local districts, both from your way alternative programming and from the adult programming, just that awareness within the larger communities and the larger county, I think is probably really important just to let people know that you're there as a resource.
Yes, yeah. So that is important, and we have a primary contact person at each of the local school districts that usually sends us majority of their students, and then also sometimes refers to us adult ed students and other whatever they need in that regard.
That's great. So, one of the things that I have always appreciated about your time at the program, and your partner in crime, your comrade in arms there, Ted, as well, is that you have really focused your programming on flexible options for your learners. And I think coming out of the pandemic, that's probably one of the lessons that we've learned is that there has to be multiple options available for our learners to reach success. So could you talk a little bit about what are you kind of looking forward to this program year, in either continuing some of those opportunities, some of the lessons learned from the pandemic? What are you most looking forward to for this next program year?
For me, I'm just looking forward to, in it for the first chance, really getting well acquainted with the members, MACAE members in our region. I've know many of the directors from our regional meetings, but there's lots of other members as well that I kind of want to get to know. I also always want to say that I'm helpful, and so I want to be a resource for those other members to ask for advice, share, relay important information that MACAE and information to MACAE. So whatever is necessary. And then whatever their needs are, I also want to be able to voice those on the MACAE board and for MACAE in general.
Absolutely. And you're a great representative, not only of the participants that you serve, a great advocate for them, but also for your colleagues as well. So you serve the Southeast Michigan area, Region 9. I think it's a 5 or 6 county region, right?
Yes.
So it's important it's important for those counties and those programs, both adult, alternative, and community education, to know that you're a resource for them, and a contact for them as well. Anything else you want to share in terms of kind of what you're looking for? Have you guys been doing programming all summer at Livingston, or did you get a little time away?
We do year round, although in July and August for adult ed, we only do a couple of days of in person. So there is a bit of a break in that regard.
So you're excited and ready to go.
Yes. Well, our alternative program does run year round at pretty much at full capacity. So I'm never totally
down. Right.
Which I'm okay. That's fine.
How can folks reach you if they've got ideas or questions or anything they want to share with you?
Yep. So I want to encourage them to send me anything that's pertinent, questions, concerns, needs, whatever it might be. They can email me at joelrender, JOELRENDER, at livingstonesa.org, or they can call or text me at 810-354-7761. If they need confidentiality or they want anonymity or whatever, I try to do my best to accommodate that as well.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for opening your contact information up for folks to be able to reach out to you. We're looking forward to your time on the board. We're looking forward to you being a great representative for Southeast Michigan, and just really appreciate your time today, Joel.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much. And that ends our series with Joel. Our interview. We'll be back again in a few weeks with another interview with another board member and another MACAE member. But for now, take care, everyone.